This news update is brought to you by...
This is how we flow. All the offers are quite exciting, and the prices will leave you smiling. Everybody's got a cheerful glow.
Get the new Samsung J5 plus 1 gig free data starting at just $345.
This is the Barbados Today afternoon update for Tuesday, December 29. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. It cannot be business as usual as the country heads into 2016. So warns the Executive Director of the Barbados Employers Confederation, Tony Walcott. In his end-of-year message, Walcott pointed out that the country's economic outlook remains very challenging as foreign direct investment inflows are expected to continue at relatively low levels. He says the coming year must be approached with confidence if changes are to be realized, and he highlighted some of the top national challenges that must be addressed as a matter of urgency.
Promulgate a coherent, well-articulated set of growth strategies, especially for the tourism, international business, and manufacturing sectors. 2. Implement a structured short, medium, and long-term set of strategic initiatives for the revitalization of our agriculture sector to ensure our food security, to limit dependence on external producers. 3. Rein in the burgeoning national debt. 4. Implement tighter fiscal consolidation measures. 5. Implement aggressive national strategies to restore fiscal discipline. 6. Become more efficient at business facilitation. 7. Encourage significant restraint in wage demands. And 8. Urgently address the requirements for greater labor flexibility.
The BEC head also called for a meeting of the full social partnership to address the issues facing the country. He expressed disappointment that the partnership was only able to meet once this year, despite the proposed quarterly meetings under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Frandl Stewart. Subcommittee meetings, he said, were also significantly reduced for various reasons.
The Confederation must, at this point, express the hope that the announced rationalization to take place across several statutory corporations are brought before a full social partnership meeting before any discussions are taken on the new structures to be put in place and consequent redundancies. The Confederation, however, restates its commitment to work in the context of the social partnership framework as we collectively seek to address the necessary restructuring of the country's economic model with a view to significantly reduce the cost to the government of Barbados while simultaneously growing the economy.
Meantime, Senator Reverend David Durant is hoping that 2016 will be a more productive and prosperous one for Barbados. Senator Durant tells Barbados Today the country has recorded 7 lean years, and he's hoping that the new year will turn things around for the economy.
I believe that this will augur well for us into the new year as the winter season flourishes. I also sense with the Sam Lord's Castle project being undertaken, employment being created, and several other projects that will come on stream, creating employment. I think that will do well for our economy, and it should really help to address the unemployment situation, which will make people a bit more comfortable. So I also believe that in agriculture that should pick up, and it's our jubilee. We've entered our 50th year, and the past 7 lean years, and I really sense in my heart and my prayer that we will now have 7 years of plenty, and I really hope that that will become a reality in the nation.
The Child Care Board is to determine who will be given guardianship of the 4-month-old baby of slain mother Kellyanne Gill. Acting Board Director Dennis Nurse tells Barbados Today the Child Protection Agency is currently taking care of the infant, who is currently doing well. Gill, a mother of 7, was stabbed to death at Hernals Road Farm Road, St. Peter home last Wednesday. Her boyfriend, Alliston Graves, and the father of 6 of her children appeared in the Holton Magistrates Court yesterday, charged with her murder. He was remanded to prison until January 25. Political scientist Peter Wickham says the opposition Barbados Labour Party has failed to portray a united front during the year. In an assessment of the performance of the 2 main political parties this year, Wickham told Barbados Today the public row between the party and expelled Christchurch West MP Dr. Maria Agard and a subsequent lawsuit exposed some cracks within the Mia Motley-led BLP, and he says the party must look at addressing the issue in 2016.
This will be something that the Barbados Labour Party will need to look at in 2016. 2016 is 2 years away from 2018, and I think this would be a good point at which the BLP has to look to solidify in people's minds the idea that it is a unified organization and to remove any lingering doubts and fears that people may have that the organization can't hold itself together behind the singular leadership of one person.
Family physician Dr. Colin Alert is questioning recent figures quoted by Director of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Dr. Dexter James, on heart attacks and strokes in the country. In an update on the growing prevalence of non-communicable diseases, Dr. James revealed that Barbados records more than 40 strokes and nearly 12 heart attacks per day. But in response, Dr. Alert said the figures seemed exceptionally high. He pointed to 2012-2013 report by the Barbados National Registry, which showed the number of strokes at 1,277, which is an average of 50 strokes per month. Of these, 18 people died each month. Similar figures for heart attacks average 31 per month, with 18 deaths each month. However, he says while it is not impossible, it is extremely unlikely that the country has moved from a 50 strokes per month, which translates to less than 2 strokes per day, to 40 strokes per day in 2 years. In sports, Australia swept aside the West Indies for a 177-run victory in the second test on Tuesday to take the series and retain the Frank Worrell Trophy. After winning the first test in Hobart by an innings and 212 runs, the Australians dismissed the Caribbean for 282 late on the 4th day. Now the final test of the 3-test series will start in Sydney on Sunday.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In news from the region, several thousand Cuban migrants stranded in Costa Rica for over a month will be allowed to continue their journey towards the United States. The decision follows an agreement between Central American nations. The migrants will be airlifted to El Salvador and put on buses, which will take them to the U.S. If they arrive at the U.S. border by land, they will be allowed to enter the country and apply for residency, but those who are intercepted by sea or land will be sent back home. Internationally, a suspected suicide attack at a government office in northwest Pakistan leaves at least 22 people dead. According to police, a bomb went off outside the National Database and Registration Authority office in the town of Mardan. A faction of the Pakistani Taliban said it had carried out the attack, which left more than 30 others wounded. The attack is one of the deadliest since last December's massacre of 150 pupils and teachers in Peshawar. And finally, the Committee to Protect Journalists ranks France as the second most deadly country in the world for journalists. The Charlie Hebdo murders in January have catapulted France to the position. 9 journalists lost their lives in the attack, leaving the country trailing behind Syria, where 13 journalists were killed in 2015 in the course of their work. In all, 69 journalists lost their lives in the line of duty. Some 28 of them were killed by Islamic extremists, according to the CPG. 61 journalists were killed in 2014. And that's our Barbados Today afternoon updates, but you can join us again this evening for the very latest. You can also visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM, where you can get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.